Yo, this is Wild Man Wolves here. I'm doing a review of AEW Double or Nothing. Even though we're going through this outbreak of Corona going around, AEW still put on a hell of a show. Even though they didn't have a full audience, at least they had some people in the crowd to make it seem like it was people in there. So I'm glad that they still sticking with that even for the pay-per-view. So that was a cool thing to see, keep that atmosphere alive. And it made it fun actually watching the show. It doesn't feel sterile or dead like WWE's pay-per-views. So this is basically their WrestleMania. But yeah, it was a great show. You got your money's worth for those who paid for the show. So I got it on the PlayStation. I don't think I'll ever watch it again on the PlayStation. I didn't know Xbox had Bleacher Report Live app on there. So if I get anything from them again, it'll probably be on that. So, but let me go through the matches. We had the casino ladder match to get an opportunity for the title shot. We had Darby Allin, Colt Cabana, Orange Cassidy, Joey Janela, Scorpio Sky, Kip Sabian, Frankie Kazarian, Luchasaurus, and the surprise person just coming from off of Impact Wrestling, Brian Cage. And Taz is his manager. And he came out the victory in that match. It was a pretty good match. Orange Cassidy was Orange Cassidy. But it was some rough spots in the show in that match. That's the only thing about it. I was worried about Darby Allin. The way Brian Cage threw him with the ladder. My friend pointed out, it didn't bother me at first, but then looking back at it, woo, that was rough. So, yeah, that was good. They could have cut a couple of minutes off of that. That was the only thing about that one. And then MJF and Jungle Boy, they killed it in their singles match. MJF with the win. I thought he tried to cheat at first, but he didn't need to cheat the way he rolled up Jungle Boy. Both of them just put on an amazing match. But as young as they are, they're both very good wrestlers, so that was a blessing. Cody versus Lance Archer for the new AEW TNT title. Well, some people was complaining about the belt. They said it wasn't finished yet. Some people think they should have held off with the belt and just showed it on TV that Wednesday. But they had Mike Tyson in, and that's what they advertised. So they got to do what they advertised. So at least they had enough common sense to explain it on the TV. Luckily, AEW actually explains what's going on, so you don't look kind of stupid and be like, what? Chris Statlander versus Penelope Ford. That was okay match for what it was. One of Penelope Ford's better matches. Chris Statlander is good, but I'm glad they didn't try to overshine from the women's title match. So that was a blessing to see. Actually, Sean Spears didn't think Dustin Rhodes was going to come out for the match. And he did. And Dustin basically beat him to his underwear. So that match lasted long enough the way it was supposed to. So it was only like a 3.5 minute match. So Dustin took the win out of that. So, and we had Sheeta versus Nyla Rose. No disqualification. No count-out match for the women's title. Both ladies did great in that match. I'm glad Sheeta won it because the way they was writing her story in AEW, it made perfect sense for her to come and defeat Nyla Rose for the title. So That's a blessing to see. The storyline went great. Both women put on a great match. This is one of Nyla's better matches that she done had. I guess because who she was wrestling against, Sheeta, is a much better wrestler than Riho. So, I wonder where Riho at. I ain't seen her in a minute. So, probably she just stuck on the YouTube show. And we had Moxley versus Mr. Brody Lee. Both of them did very good in the match. Moxley, it's just Moxley. They gave Brody Lee a chance to shine. And that spot when they went through the floor, that joint looked awesome. That added blood to it, so it made sense. Then we had the highlight of the night, the Stadium Stampede match. The Elite and Matt Hardy versus the Inner Circle. They used every place that they could in that stadium. The edits was great. Everybody had their chance to shine. Everybody had their moments. Especially Matt Hardy changing into all the different versions of himself in some order, which was very cool. Hangman coming out in a horse. A new version. He's not even Vanguard. He's Neo one to come out. They just took advantage of the football field. And since they had the cheerleaders on the sidelines, they had people cheering on the match. So they still had people in there making noise. And they was just fighting up and down the field, in the stands, in the back, at the bar, at the Buffalo wing stand, everywhere. They used the whole stadium. Now, if they could pull that off in an AEW video game, that would be amazing to see. So, people probably gonna hate on just to hate on this because all they know is WWE. But honestly, what WWE try to do with the Money in Bank, this is how it should have been done. This is how Money in Bank should have done. This was basically AEW saying, if you want to do something outlandish in the spot you normally don't do wrestling at, let us try it and show you how to really do it. So, this is Wild Man Will signing off. See you next time.